Welcome to Spectator Sporting, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Michael Waller.
This is episode number 18. We call it the Peyton Manning edition. Make sure you go on SpectatorSporting.com for previous shows, clips, and great articles written by my man. We got a big show for you guys today. We got NFL preview. We're going to get into the Bears and Seahawks. And Byron, a.k.a. the Byronness, is here to talk boxing. Canelo versus Triple G. I can't wait to get in that conversation. Let's get into these week's games. Right. First, you want to explain something about the confidence points. Let us know.
Yeah. This guy right here, Zach Roach, he's beating me right now in the confidence points pool. Yeah. We pick all the games every week in the NFL. This guy's beating me right here, 83-72. We're picking all the games. We're giving them confidence points, mainly due to that Dallas Cowboys versus the Carolina Panthers. I picked the Cowboys to beat the Carolina Panthers. I feel like a fool for doing it, and they lost to them 16-8. What happened in that game?
Well, one thing about the Cowboys, now, as I've always said, Zeke Elliott is my favorite running back in the NFL. He's must-see TV. Number one, they didn't give him the ball enough. But number two, the Cowboys don't have no weapons on the outside. Mm-hmm. And it was apparent. We can say whatever we want about the unsigned Dez Bryant, but they look like they missed him in a big way in that first game. Mm-hmm. Now, it's just one game. But Dallas, until somebody emerges as a primetime target for Dak Prescott, I'm going to have questions about Dallas.
No doubt. I feel you, man, and I really wanted the Cowboys to win that game. I thought they had a chance at the end of the third quarter. They was down 10-0. Yeah. Their rookie kicker, Brett Maher, he missed a 47-yard field goal. Then the Carolina Panthers
don't always cost to be cheap. You don't always pay to be cheap.
Yeah, they had the kicker, Dan Bailey. Yeah. He's the second most accurate kicker since 2011. Jerry Jones is looking real foolish for cutting that guy in the offseason, and that was just a big play right there in the game. So, yes, like I said, this guy's beating me right here, 83-72 in the confidence points pool. Now, quickly, this is how it works for you guys that may not know how it works. Now, we pick every game, every week. We pick every game in NFL, who we think going to win the game. Then after we make our picks, we give them confidence points. There's 16 games every week. Most of the times there's 16 games. So the team we're most confident in, we give them 16 points. The team we're second most confident in, we give them 15 points, and so on and so forth. And also, obviously, we give the team we least confident in only 1 point, okay? So enough for week one and all that. Let's get into week two. What's going on? I need to catch up with you, man.
Well, we just talked about the Cowboys. Let's keep talking about the Cowboys.
Right.
The Giants at the Cowboys. NFC matchup. Both teams coming off losses. Both teams on one. So this is a big-time game. Even though it's only week two, this is a game that a division game is usually almost worth two.
Right.
They're playing at Dallas. So what is your thoughts on this game?
Well, yeah, you know what? Dallas is waiting, and I'm waiting for the Cowboys to return to that 2016 13-3 Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott is the future mode. But you know what? I had to remind myself that during 2016, the Cowboys had the best offensive line in the NFL, okay? Mm-hmm. And 3 out of those 5 guys are gone. Doug Free, right tackle, he retired. Ron Leary, he's a left guard for the Broncos now. And their all-pro center, Travis Frederick, he has a rare illness, a rare disease, and so he may not come back this season. They're trying to get him back. Hopefully he gets back healthy. But Dak Prescott, he looked very uncomfortable in the pocket against the Carolina Panthers. He was sacked 6 times. And another guy that people kind of forget about, Jason Witten. He wasn't only a safe target for Dak Prescott in the passing game. The guy was a very good blocker. He was a very good blocker for the Dallas Cowboys. It's not looking good in Big D right now.
Absolutely. Now, I still think they can. I still think Ezekiel Elliott can do, because even when he got the ball, he carried the ball 15 times and still got 69 yards. I felt like they didn't feature him enough in that game against Carolina. I mean, don't get me wrong. Carolina, it's going into that game intent was to stop Ezekiel Elliott, and they wanted Dak Prescott to beat them. Mm-hmm. But with that being said, you got to feed the man. You got to keep feeding him and feeding him, because the outside weaponry is just not there. And like you said, the offensive line ain't as good as it was in 2016, and Jason Witten was a big loss.
Right.
Let's talk the other side with the Giants. What did you see in that Giants game versus the Jags to make? What's your thoughts on the Giants right now?
Well, you know what? Odell Beckham Jr., we saw about him going against Jalen Ramsey. He had over 111 yards against that defense. And Saquon Barkley had the big run. They're very explosive. Now, the Dallas Cowboys, their defense, they held the Carolina Panthers only 10 points in the first 3 quarters. But like I said, the Giants, they can explode. And so I'm going with the New York Giants. I'm picking them, but I'm giving them 6 points, 6 confidence points. I got the Giants going to Dallas, winning 24-20. They got swept by the Dallas Cowboys last year. I think they get revenge. I think they win in Dallas.
I got the Giants as well too. I just feel like they got the weapons. They got more weapons. They got more talent, and that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. I gave the Giants 8 points, and I got them winning 20-17. NFC North matchup. I mean, we just had nightmares on Sunday,
right?
But now it's the Vikings at Green Bay. These are 2 Super Bowl contenders. A lot of people are picking either one of these teams to go to the Super Bowl. Who you got in this game and why?
Okay, now look. The Green Bay Packers defense, they look great. They looked awesome last week. But they played against the Bears offense. The offense that hasn't been good since 1945 with Sid Luck. So now Kirk Cousins, I'm predicting he's going to get around 30 points. He's going to produce around 30 points against that Packers defense. So now Aaron Rodgers, hey man, no more pretending like you're hurt and all that stuff. I don't believe you. A wise man said you can't fool all the people all the time. So, but you're great. He's a great quarterback. Now, the thing is, the guy, Danielle Hunter, he looked pretty good against for the D-line with the Vikings against the San Francisco 49ers. Everson Griffin, he's a Pro Bowler. You get the guy, Sheldon Richardson. He's on the D-line. They're bringing the heat, and guess what? The Vikings corners, they're not going to play all that soft coverage like the Bears did, okay? The guy, Xavier Rhodes, and Trey Waynes and the rookie first-round pick, Mike Hughes, who had the pick 6 against the San Francisco 49ers, they're going to put that press coverage on the wide receivers. They're going to bump and run. Everybody's going to try to, he can thread the needle, but it's not going to be as easy, okay? So this is what I'm doing. The Vikings, they had the Green Bay Packers number, all right? They won 4 out of the last 5 games against Green Bay. I'm picking the Vikings to win this game. I'm only giving them 2 confidence points. I get the Vikings winning 30-26. I'm giving the Vikings 2 confidence points. I get the Vikings in Green Bay with the victory.
All that sounds great, but they in Green Bay. Let me tell you something. We picked this guy to be MVP, and then he's going to show you in Green Bay against that vaunted defense that why he's the MVP. I got the Green Bay Packers winning that game. I got Aaron Rodgers. Let me tell you something. The Vikings defense, they're good. But San Francisco has opportunities against them. I watched that game.
You're right.
And then I saw the NFC Championship game when Nick Foles lit them up. Nick Foles lit them up. So let's not act like, don't get me wrong, the Vikings are a very good defense and they have Pro Bowlers everywhere. But they can be had. They're not, to me, Jacksonville Jaguars have a better defense. Now, Kirk Cousins is definitely an upgraded quarterback for them, and he had a good game. But he's never played in this matchup in Lambeau Field. He's never played this rivalry game. I got Green Bay winning this game. It's going to be a great game. I only gave him 2 points, 28-24. I got Green Bay and Lambeau.
Okay.
Last one, the AFC Championship rematch. Patriots at the Jaguars. You got the top defenses going against the best quarterback in the game, arguably. Who you got?
Okay, now look. Like you said, rematch, AFC Championship game. The game with Miles Jack, he was knocked down. They should have been up 27-10 in the 4th quarter, but yes, the refs, they wanted to have a little Boston Tea Party, probably a Boston, Long Island iced tea party. Okay, so now look, we got the rematch going on. I'm glad it's down in Jacksonville and everything. Miles Jack, the defense, they look great against the New York Giants. They're a very explosive team. They only had one big play when Saquon Barkley had that incredible run against them for 68 yards, okay? They really pretty much, and Yannick Ngakoue, the guy, he's very unheralded. He tipped the ball to Miles Jack. He had a deflection for the easy pick 6. All right, so I'm really looking forward to this game. What you think about it?
I'm looking forward to it as well. If I had to, but I'm picking, I'm going to go ahead and just give you my pick because it's a classic tale of great quarterback versus great defense.
Right.
I got the Jacksonville Jaguars at home at Jacksonville. Wow. I think the Patriots lose their first game of the season. Okay. I think it's going to be I think it's going to get real. I think it's 20-16, and I gave the Jaguars 4 points to win that.
Now, this is where we're different right here, okay? Now, I think that the Patriots defense, they really improved, okay? I like the guy Trey Flowers on the D-line. He had a sack and a half. And he had 3 quarterback hits. Stephon Gilmore, he's earning that $13 million a year at quarterback for the Patriots. I picked the Patriots. I got New England winning 20-12, and I gave them 12 confidence points.
Only thing that scares me about this time, New England don't have the weapons they had when they won the AFC Championship game. But we shall see.
They still got Gronk.
They do got Gronk. He is the best tight end in football. You're watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. When we come back, Monday Night Football, Bears vs. Seahawks. We'll get into it when we get back. Welcome back to Spectator Sporting, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adi Waller.
This is episode number 18. We call it the Peyton Manning edition. 2 Super Bowl rings. Shout out to Peyton Manning.
Right.
Make sure you go on SpectatorSporting.com. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube page. Previous shows, clips. This show will be up very, very soon. Go ahead and check us out. We also got Byron, aka the Byronness, here to talk boxing with us later on today. He's going to give us out his prediction on the Canelo fight. Can't wait for that. But let's get into it. Monday Night Football. The Bears started on Sunday Night Football. Now it's Monday Night Football. The Bears, so they prime time for the second week in a row. They had a heartbreaking loss against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Before we even get into who's going to win this game and why, what improvements are you looking from the Bears going into the Seattle game?
I have 2 major concerns going to the Seattle game. It's pretty much the Bears secondary. They relied on the front 7 too much. They can't do everything for you, okay? They had 0 passes defended in that game, okay? Unless you want to count that drop interception by Kyle Fuller.
That counts as a defense, right?
And that was pretty much the play of the game. And so I definitely want to see Kyle Fuller and Prince Amukamara do a little more press coverage, a little more buffer run, stop that soft coverage stuff, and of course the offense. That only didn't score a touchdown after their first drive. That was very ridiculous.
Field goals, that's it.
Yeah, just a couple of field goals. So those are the things I'm looking for them to improve the most.
Yeah, I agree with you. The corner players got to be better. I feel like they should play, especially because the Bears have a good front 7 now. They can get out the quarterback. I feel like they should press receivers more and be more physical with them. They make it harder for them to get open, so that actually give the rushers more time to get to the quarterback. Offensively, the play calling. Matt Nagy, this is his first game. This is his very first game. He's a rookie head coach, just like we got a second-year quarterback, but I assume they call him a rookie because he's learning a brand new system. But his play calling, his game management of the game, knowing what's working and knowing what's not working. I think hopefully he learned a valuable lesson by not giving Jordan Howard giving the ball to Jordan Howard in the 4th quarter when they could have closed the deal instead of going play action and taking him off the field. It's things like that where you got to know what's going on. I get the aggressive mentality, but when it's working, you keep doing it.
Right.
If they can't stop it, if they haven't shown they can't stop it, you keep doing it. So that's one thing. And then from the quarterback position, Mitch get a lot of flack this week, and deservedly so. It's a lot of things he can do better. But the one thing I see with him is he seems to panic just a little bit. Even when the pressure's not coming, he's quick to scramble, and he's not keeping his head up looking downfield.
Right.
So that's something he really has to improve on going forward.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to make Bears fans feel comfortable about picking him at number 2, okay? Trading up one spot. Not taking Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes, and you see Sam Darnold out here having a great game with the Jets on Monday Night Football.
Just one game, though.
Yeah, just one game.
Just one game.
But I'm just telling you that Mitch Trubisky played his 13th NFL game. He has never played a game where he threw for more than 1 touchdown pass in a single game, okay? So it's just, I'm not finna pile on him right now, but I'm just waiting for, can he just have a game where we can be like, oh, that's why we took him at number 2. Stop relying on the coaches for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to compare him to Peyton Manning. I don't want to compare anyone to him, but he watched a lot of film on his own, independent education. You know what I'm saying? He's looking at it, studying himself, and then he can know what to do. He's not relying on coaches like a robot, like tell me what to do and I can do. Like, learn to think for yourself, Mitch. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you'll get better.
I think Mitch watches film. I just think he just got to bring that confidence to the field. I think, if you listen to all his teammates in practice, he kills. He does his thing. He just got to bring it to the field now. It's time. And he's a number 2 pick, and this is what comes with the territory when you're a number 2 pick.
Right.
Expectations are high as they should be because you're a number 2 pick. So go ahead, just go out there and play football and then, have fun. I feel like he was thinking too much instead of just letting it go. Let it go. But enough about Mitch. We know Mitch got to improve. It's a couple of improvements. The front seven look good. What was your first impression of Khalil Mack?
Oh yeah, the guy, man, when he sacked Kaiser and snatched the ball away from him, man, I went crazy.
Yeah, we hopped in. I think everybody in Chicago went nuts.
Man, I knew he was good with the Raiders, but I didn't know this guy was this. I see why he was Defensive Player of the Year, and then he got the pick six and everything like that.
Yeah.
Like the guy is amazing. He's gonna be a Hall of Fame. He's gonna be up there. I mean, the guy is incredible if he stays healthy. Okay, never missed a game in his career. Now he's teaming up. Now the Bears have a chance to be one of the best front sevens in the league with the Jaguars and the Broncos and the Vikings, okay, with King Hicks, okay? Now, someone need to tell Vic Fangio that Nick the Kwiatkowski, he's not Luke Kuechly, okay? He is not. Somebody tell him he's not Luke Kuechly. Put him on the bench where he belongs. Put in Roquan Smith. As soon as he came in the game, he shows why he's the Montezuma missile, okay? He went in there and he got a sack, all right?
He did.
Now, Aaron Rodgers, though, he showed Russell Wilson what to do, how to negate that front seven, all that pressure. Just do the three-step drop, throw the little hitches in the slants, and get rid of the ball quick, because the Bears' corners are not playing that press coverage. Now, the thing is, people in Chicago need to realize that Russell Wilson is not a joke. He is no joke. He went to Mile High and he threw for 298 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's not afraid of top-notch defenses. He scored 24 points in Mile High last week. Last year he scored 24 points against the Jacksonville Jaguars and 24 points against the Philadelphia Eagles. You can have a really good defense, but Russell Wilson, I feel like he's a top 5 quarterback. And my point is that the Bears' offense is going to have to put up some touchdowns.
Absolutely. The Bears are they going to have to definitely have a better offensive showing. And Russell Wilson is a fantastic quarterback. There's no question about it. But I don't think he has the weapons around him like Aaron Rodgers had around him. So, yes, is he going? And also, he doesn't play the similar style to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is a rare quarterback that can do everything. Mm-hmm. He can not only can he run and scramble and look up the field and throw darts, he can easily just sit right in the pocket and pick you apart. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's Russell Wilson's game right there. But with that being said, Russell Wilson is going to be an issue because he does make plays. You know he's going to make 2 or 3 magical plays in the game. Mm-hmm. So Mitch is going to have to play better. The offense is going to have to play better. So with all that being said, who's going to win the game?
Okay, so this is what I did. I was going back and forth, okay? Now, I was like, man, can the Bears defense shut down Russell Wilson? Can they? I have so much respect for the guy. And I've never seen Mitch Trubisky have a good game. Never seen it. And then we hear that like you say, he's like a rookie and he's learning a new playbook, and Matt Nagy's a rookie coach and he only played 12 games in college. Well, you know what? If that's all true and all that, well, I'm not putting my money on you then. Why would I put my money on you if you don't know what's going on and you're just a rookie and you don't know what's, so we got to wait until 2021 to figure out if you're good. Man, I picked the Seahawks, man. I got the Seahawks winning 23-17, and I gave them 3 confidence points.
I think Matt Nagy coaches smarter in this game. I think he realizes his bread and butter, and that's Jordan Howard. I feel like Jordan Howard gets 20 to 25 carries, gets over 100 yards, gets a touchdown or 2. I think Mitch plays the play action off him. He gets a couple key plays in the game. I think it's going to be a very tight game. But a Monday night home opener, I got the Bears winning. I give them 5 points, 21-17.
You excited, huh?
Yeah, I felt this is a good. I think the Bears could win this game because if you look on paper, they're more talented than the Seahawks right now. Mm-hmm. On paper, they are more talented than the Seahawks.
They got the better quarterback by far.
No, yeah, Russell, like you say, he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Mm-hmm. But I feel like overall, if you look on both sides of the Bears have more talent on that team. And I feel like they can beat Seattle on Monday Night Football.
Kyle Fuller, Christian Mukamura, y'all better play better.
Absolutely. And no Doug Baldwin, don't forget.
No Doug Baldwin.
No Doug Baldwin. You're watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. When we come back, Byron, a.k.a. the Byronness, is here to talk boxing, Canelo and Triple G, and plus more. We'll be back. Welcome back to Spectator Sporting, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adewale.
This is episode number 18. We call it the Peyton Manning edition. Make sure you go on SpectatorSporting.com. We got previous shows, clips. My man has wrote some dope articles. Make sure you subscribe to that YouTube page. We got my main man, Byron, a.k.a. the Byron, is here to talk boxing. Everybody knows there's a big fight this weekend. But we're going to talk about a big fight that just happened. Danny Garcia versus Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter was the victor in that fight. What was your thoughts on this fight?
Great fight. Sean Porter versus Danny Garcia. Clash of two different styles. Sean Porter like to get on the inside, like to mix it up. Danny Garcia working behind the jab, finesse type puncher. This was a great fight. If you had this a draw, I would not argue with you one bit. But Danny Garcia did not win this fight. Sean Porter won this decision, and it was a great fight.
Okay, yeah, Sean Porter, he's pretty much a top-notch welterweight. There's other welterweights that's pretty good. You got Kieth Thurman, Terence Crawford, Errol Spence Jr. What's next for those guys? 2019
is going to be a very big year post-Mayweather. We're going to see champions fight champions who want to dominate the best division in boxing. First up, looks like it's going to be Kieth Thurman. Kieth Thurman, 2 years ago, was the pound-for-pound fighter in the 147-pound division. Then he got hurt. Year layoff, he comes back, he's third in the rankings. And who's he looking up to? He's looking up to Terence Crawford, undefeated fighter who is ready, hungry. These guys don't like each other. They are looking like they're going to fight next year. And if that's not enough, Errol Spence Jr. has verbally agreed to fight Sean Porter. Sean Porter might not be undefeated, but only 2 losses on his resume, Kell Brooks and Kieth Thurman. This should be a very, very big year in boxing.
Okay, so in the welterweight division, in your book, who's number 1?
The number 1 fighter in the 147-pound division is Errol Spence Jr. I don't see how you can look at this guy and not see that he is way better than everybody that's under him. Speed, power, flashy, and the kid wants to dominate. He's looking for a knockout. He's not looking to outpoint you. Shout out to Mayweather. This guy is trying to get your money's worth in a pay-per-view, and I can't wait to see him on the pay-per-view next year.
No doubt, man.
No doubt, absolutely. So the big fight, huge fight. We got part 2, Triple G versus Canelo Alvarez. The first fight was a very controversial decision. Some people thought it one way, some people thought it another way. I want to get your thoughts. What you think happened in that first fight? Who really won the first part 1 of this series?
In the first Triple G versus Canelo fight, you have 2 groups of people. You have the stupid people that think Canelo won that fight. And then you have the people who can see with both eyes and see that Triple G clearly dominated the middle rounds of that fight to win a decision of that fight. It is no way that that fight was close. It was no way that that fight was a draw. And then everything that happened after that fight, it really put a sour taste in my mouth when it comes to Canelo. Don't get me wrong, I like the kid. The kid is very talented, but I feel like he's overmanaged by Golden Boy, and I feel like he's not the champion that he pretends to be. And champions don't cheat. And when you come up dirty, then I kind of look at you different. And not only to have a dirty test, but to demand to have the most money in this fight, a fight that you really don't even deserve to have. It's crazy, but this is boxing, and we have to, this is nothing new.
Well, yeah, I looked at it that he cheated because he felt like he lost the fight and he needed to do a little something extra to compete against Triple G.
Exactly.
So, now, my question to you is, what adjustments should Triple G and Canelo make going into this fight?
Going into this fight, if I'm looking at it from Canelo's eyes, you got exposed in the middle rounds of this fight. He has to be more active. He has to put punches together. He has to get Triple G off of him, keep the fight in the middle of the ring, and he can dominate Triple G. But can he stand up to Triple G's power? I think everyone who fights Triple G has an awakening when they get in the ring. This guy's jabs hurt. He can hurt you with punches that aren't supposed to hurt you. They're power punches. And can you stand up to 6 and 7 rounds of him blasting you to the body and then bringing the attack up in the 10th and 11th rounds? This guy's Canelo proved the type of fighter he is to go 12 rounds with him, but he lost that fight.
Yeah, and it seems like Canelo hit him with some decent shots. It just didn't affect him. Like he had a chin. Triple G got a chin of steel.
He has a great chin, which makes them fighting the fight of the year, because you have an offensive fighter in Canelo and a fighter in Triple G that can knock you into next week if he catches you with a counterpunch. This guy spars with light heavyweights. He has light heavyweight type power, and he knocks people out.
Now, I agree. Whether you thought he won, whether you thought it was a draw, it was a very, very entertaining fight. That's one thing we can all agree on, right?
Definitely.
It was a very, very entertaining fight. So that's why we getting part 2. We can say whatever happened in between, we getting part 2 because it was very entertaining and the ratings were high. So with all that being said, who wins part 2 of this?
Well, I think Triple G wins this fight. I think he wins this fight by knockout in the 9th round. And I'm calling that because Triple G got cheated so bad in the first fight that it is going to light a fire under him that he cannot allow this fight to go to the cards. I think there are going to be a lot more fireworks early than there was in the first fight. No feel you out stage. Each fighter knows what they can do. They know what they can take, and they're going to go out there and try to finish each other because they don't want to go. They don't want this fight to go to the cards. So I'm gonna pick a 9th round knockout by Triple G.
Ooh. Now, my thing is this though. Do you think since Canelo knows Triple G has a strong chin and Triple G has a lot of power, so do you think Canelo has a chance to win if he just jabs and just run pretty much, just stick and move and
You mean actually he got to be more? So you saying Canelo has to be a boxer?
but just be a boss. Don't even try to knock Triple G out. Don't even try to really necessarily hurt him, but just give him some power punches here and there, but get the hell out of there.
If you're fluent on Triple G's career and his body work, you'll know Triple G is one of the best fighters in 140 and not 147, but in the light heavyweight division and the middleweight division that can cut off the ring. You cannot run away from him. He cuts off the ring, he gets you on the ropes, and his counter punches to the body move you to where he wants you to be. This isn't a fight that you can run away, a fighter you can run away from. You're gonna have to face him. Canelo is skilled enough to keep this fight in the middle of the ring, and it's the only way he's winning this fight. If he keeps the slower Triple G in the ring where he can put together combinations and avoid his counter punches, he can win this fight. But can you go 12 rounds and not get caught? That is the question. And I don't think he avoids it this fight, and I think he falls.
Who you think gonna win?
Who I think gonna win? I feel like, you know what he just said about Triple G cutting off the ring.
Yeah.
And I remember that because his trainer kept telling Canelo, get off the ropes, man, get off the ropes, get off the ropes.
Yeah.
Now I think Canelo was trying to get off the ropes, but like you said, Triple G is very skilled at cutting off the ring.
Yeah.
Only way Canelo can get away from it if he's really just running, sticking and moving. I'll agree with you, man. I think Triple G is gonna win. He's gonna have to be a knockout because Canelo, they cheated for him last fight.
Yep.
I think Triple G goes ahead and knock him out 10th round.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to be the eyeball in this one. Look, I think Canelo makes an adjustment in this fight. He, like you said, he cannot stand there toe to toe with Triple G and fight and take those punches. Because eventually, Triple G's got one of the hardest punches. We know that, and he can get floored if he act wrong. But I think Canelo is going to make this a boxing match. This is the only way he's got a chance to win. He's going to keep it in the middle of the ring, and I think if he's got a smart trainer and if he's a smart boxer, he's going to box, he's going to stick and move and use his advantages. He's got to use his advantages. As simple as that. It's just like when Sugar Ray fought Durant the second time. He used his quickness and stuff. He didn't try to go to slugfest. It's not going to work. You get in that fight, you're going to lose. So I got Canelo, but I also got Triple G, so I think it's going to be a draw part 2.
Every plan is the best plan, and then you get hit. Canelo's gonna get hit a lot Saturday, and we're gonna see what this kid is made of. After a bad test, you better show out.
He better show out. But
You better show out.
He better run, man. He ain't gonna be able to knock out Triple G. That guy took some hits. Triple G took some straight up hits from Golovkin, and he didn't do nothing to that guy, man.
Absolutely. But hopefully we get another entertaining fight. That's all we can ask for. You watching Spectator Sporting on spectatorsporting.com. We want to thank my man Byron, aka the Byronness, for the knowledge once again. When the next fight, we definitely will be hitting you up. Appreciate the talk.
No doubt.
When we come back, we got the rest of our NFL picks. We'll be back. Welcome back to Spectator Sport, sponsored by SpectatorSport.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adi Weller.
This is the 18th episode. We call it the Paid Manning Edition. Make sure you go on SpectatorSport.com, click on that YouTube page and subscribe to Spectator Sport. Many shows, previous clips, and my man has written some great articles on there, so make sure you subscribe to that page. I want to thank Byron, aka the Byronness, for his great boxing analysis for us today. But we're going to go through the rest of our picks, some NFL games. Out of all the games this week, besides the ones we talked to, which one caught your attention?
Well, you know what? The Kansas City Chiefs are going to Pittsburgh. I think that's going to be a pretty big matchup right there. The Pittsburgh Steelers, everybody's down on them right now. I'm not falling for it, okay? Last year, in the week 1, the first game of the season, the Pittsburgh Steelers barely beat the Cleveland Browns 21-18. Then a couple of weeks later, they lost to John Fox's Bears, okay? They play down to the level of their competition, then all of a sudden, they're clicking on all cylinders, and then they go to the playoffs, okay? Now, Le'Veon Bell. He's the headliner. You know, he won't play. He's losing like a $850,000 per game.
It's a lot of money.
You know, he can get that to me. I can use it. Now look, the guy, his backup, James Conner. The guy had 192 all-purpose yards, 2 touchdowns. Okay, so he came up big. The Cleveland defense is pretty good. So you know, Le'Veon Bell, he might want to come back a little bit sooner. His spot may be taken. Also, the little brother, T.J. Watt. The man had 4 sacks, 5.5 tackles for loss. The guy looks incredible, all right? Now, on the flip side, the Kansas City Chiefs, they showed out in L.A. against the Chargers. Tyreek the Cheetah Hill. This man had 268 all-purpose yards, 3 touchdowns. Now, consider this. The man Sammy Watkins, Travis Kelce, and Kareem Hunt, they combined for 76 all-purpose yards. The man Tyreek Hill, he's a problem, all right? Now, also, Patrick Mahomes, he's making Andy Reid look like a genius. Everything Andy Reid touches turns to gold. The guy, Patrick Mahomes, he looks like that real deal.
Absolutely, that was a great game by Patrick Mahomes. 4 touchdowns, that's how you debut. You get your NFL debut at home. That's big time. That rarely happens from a first-time starter. But he did it. He was well prepared. He learned a lot from Alex Smith. You can see whatever he learned a lot last year. Game 1, just one game, but that one game, he looked great. No question about it. Big Ben, I expect him to have a big bounce-back game. I expect Ben, Ben has these games every now and then. He'll throw a 3 or 4 interception game, but then next week he's going to improve. He's going to do his thing.
Antonio Brown.
So I know that Pittsburgh will respond in this game. But I think this is going to be a good game because the Chiefs do have a lot of weapons. And one thing that Patrick Mahomes, if anything he has on Alex Smith, he has a rifle for arm. He has a very big arm. He can throw that ball down the field. So we're going to see, because Pittsburgh defense is, even though I expect them to bounce back, they're still very suspect, even though T.J. Watt, like you said, was a monster against the Cleveland.
They're still missing Shazier, so.
Absolutely. So who you got winning this game?
Okay, well, you know what? The Kansas City Chiefs, they haven't won in Pittsburgh since 1986. Okay, now I remember that game. I was 4 years old. I was sitting there.
You remember that game?
Yeah, I was having an old style with my aunties. You give me old styles when I was 4 years old. You know?
Oh, wow.
And it's an unforgettable game. The Chiefs beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 24-19, and they scored not 1 offensive touchdown. They scored 3 special team touchdowns. Okay, the reign that the Pittsburgh Steelers have over the Chiefs in Pennsylvania will go on. I picked the Pittsburgh Steelers to win 31-27, and I gave the Steelers 8 confidence points.
Unfortunately, I agree with you. I want to disagree with you, but I can't, because I know Pittsburgh is going to bounce back. Mike Tomlin is very good at getting his team ready after losses. That's one thing he is really good at. You can say whatever you want to, but after losses, Pittsburgh always responds. And I gave Pittsburgh 9 points, and I got them winning 31-17. Another interesting game that caught my attention: Carolina at Atlanta, an NFC showdown. Matt Ryan versus Cam Newton. There's some questions going into this game. A lot of questions going into this game. Greg Olsen broke his foot, so he's going to be out a while. He's had problems with that foot now.
He's been getting hurt a lot.
Yeah. Matt Ryan, since the loss of Kyle Shanahan, cannot score in the red zone. He can get you there. He can drive down the field, but it's something about the connection with him and Julio Jones in the red zone that is not working. You talk about a receiver that great should have way more touchdowns than what he actually be getting. So, what is your thoughts on this game right now?
Well, the Falcons, they're on a 3-game winning streak at home against the Carolina Panthers. All right, they got them going. They got that going for themselves. And you just said what I was about to say about that red zone stuff. Okay, like they marched down the field against the Philadelphia Eagles, a very stout defense, but they just couldn't punch it in. I think that's going to change this game. I think Carolina Panthers are going to have a trouble scoring. They're having these injuries. Greg Olsen is out. Their starting right tackle Darrell Williams is out.
That was a big injury.
I picked the Atlanta Falcons at home to win 26-17, and I gave them 7 confidence points.
That's a good pick. I can understand, but I'm going Carolina. I think Carolina's defense is going to get after Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan does not look like the same confident quarterback that he did in 2016 when they went to the Super Bowl. Since that 28-3 debacle in the Super Bowl, he has. Now, Atlanta, give him credit. They did make the playoffs last year after that. So
and he won the playoff game.
And he won a playoff game. But his performance, now what's has stepped up for Atlanta, what I got to give credit to do, Atlanta normally doesn't have defense. Their defense is a lot better and doesn't get enough credit. They actually get after the quarterback. They're a fast group. And so their defense has actually picked it up big time. I mean, even in that playoff game against the Eagles, that defense was fantastic against the Eagles. They should have won that game. But I think it's going to be more of a defensive struggle. I think the Carolina's going to slow it down.
That's what I'm afraid of.
It's going to slow it down. And then in a close game, who do I trust more? I trust Cam Newton over Matt Ryan. And that's why I am taking the Carolina Panthers. I'm giving them 7 points, 24-21.
Go Falcons.
Now, for the rest of our picks, you can go ahead and look at our picks right there. You can see what we did. Take notice. Look at mine. I'm always right now. Just kidding. Just kidding. No, but great picks.
You can see his record. He got 83 confidence points to my 72, so he's beating me right now.
A couple other games I want to look at. So, the Oakland Raiders, are they? I mean, they traded the Mac.
Right.
You never trade a Mac. You always keep a Mac on your team.
Right.
But they traded Mac, and they started okay in that first half, but then the wheels just blew off on the Rams. Are they this bad?
They had a bad season last year. Derek Carr had a bad season. Mari Cooper had a bad season, and they fired Jack Del Rio. I think they should have kept him around. They got John Gruden. He hasn't coached since 2008. You know what? $100 million coach. Yeah, this could end up being real ugly in Oakland, and they trying to leave to go to Las Vegas and everything. Now, of course, I picked the Denver Broncos at home at Mile High Stadium. I got the Broncos winning 27-19. I gave them 13 confidence points.
I gave Denver 12. I got them winning 17-10. Matthew Stafford stumped the joint up. I mean, you talk. Now, he's had some stinkers before. I mean, as a Bears fan, he's had some stinkers against us. But he stumped the joint up on Monday Night Football. It was awful. 4 interceptions. It could have been like 6 or 7, honestly. So are we after that game? We both picked San Francisco. Are you writing the Detroit Lions off now?
Well, I got San Francisco winning 24-21. I only gave them 5 confidence points. I just feel like I'm not giving up on Detroit. I feel like that Detroit, he had such a bad game. Matthew Stafford had such a bad game. I don't think he's going to have back-to-back bad games like that. And then San Francisco, they had a lot of injuries against the Minnesota Vikings that game. They had a couple of offensive linemen go out, and their status is questionable going into this game. But Jim Garoppolo, he put up some pretty good numbers against the Vikings. He looked good. He threw some picks, but like he had too much pressure on him. But he still was cool in the pocket. The Detroit Lions, I just think they're a mediocre team. They're going to have goofy games like that against the Jets. Then they're going to look real good. They're going to go back and forth. They're going to go 8-8.
I get that. I also picked San Francisco. I gave them 3 points, 20-14. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers put up 48 points with Ryan Fitzpatrick against the Saints. Nobody saw that coming. Yeah. Nobody, because the Saints defense is not bad. They actually had one of the better defenses last year. Now they play, but we both gave big points anyway to the Super Bowl champions Philly.
Yeah.
Is there any chance Fitzpatrick does what he did against New Orleans to Philly defense?
Fitzpatrick, you know what? That was a mirage. That was an aberration. That was fiction. The Philadelphia Eagles, they're going to go ahead and go to Tampa Bay and win. I don't think, now, all that stuff that Fitzpatrick was doing, you get that out of here. It was very impressive, but I got Philly, I got Fletcher Cox and Michael Bennett throwing Fitzpatrick around, throwing him on top of his head and all kind of things, roughing the passer. Eagles win the game. I got the Eagles winning 17-13. I gave them 10 confidence points.
But if Fitzpatrick does play well, say bye to your job, Jameis Winston. Because you was being stupid. Fitzpatrick will take your job. So you better hope he doesn't play good, because Jameis Winston would not be the starting quarterback in Tampa Bay if they go ahead and beat the Philadelphia Eagles. That is a fact. You can write that down.
I can't argue with you right there.
No question about it. You've been watching Spectator Sport on SpectatorSport.com. Make sure you check out the rest of the picks. We want to thank Byron, aka the Byronness, for his boxing analysis. We're gonna next week when we come back, we're gonna talk about. Hopefully, we have a good week with the Bears winning on Monday Night Football.
Bears. You gotta talk about the Canelo Triple G aftermath.
Yeah, man, it's a lot. We're gonna have a lot to talk about. We're probably gonna sprinkle some other things in there, though. We'll leave that up for the next show. Until then, in the meantime, in between time, you've been watching Spectator Sport on SpectatorSport.com, episode 18. We out.